So this bill 6447 would establish price controls on drugs in Connecticut. It would be really an unprecedented move. Similar measures have been tried other places. They've failed every place they have been. 3 times in Massachusetts, this legislation has failed. But as you know, setting price controls, when you do that, you get less of whatever it is you're doing. So it causes drug shortages in other countries that have price controls, and a slower introduction of new medicines in those countries with price controls. So really not a great policy at all, and something we really need to fight if we want to continue to grow the biotech sector in Connecticut. It would be a slap in the face to the industry that, as we know, has done so much, especially with COVID. But it's really created an amazing number of thousands, tens of thousands of jobs in Connecticut, and this would be interpreted as really us closing the door on them.
Paul, I speak with a lot of small businesses and a lot of businesses who are concerned about the price of healthcare and the cost. Is this something that would help that, or is this going to be a real solution in that area?
No, this would be counterproductive. I mean, it would. So employers are trying to provide quality health insurance to their employees, and as I mentioned, this bill would cause shortages and slower introduction of new medicines, which obviously is what patients want, and therefore it would be counterproductive to what employees want. It would be an administrative mess for employers trying to deliver the drugs and the new introduction of medicine. So something, not a solution at all, counterproductive.
Why would we want to stifle innovation? I mean, look at what we just did in this industry with respect to COVID and the vaccine. We created 2 vaccines, actually more than that, but I'll cite 2 in 12 months of time, with 95% efficacy rates. And that is both new technologies, great technologies, that if you start limiting our investment, they may not have been there.
Would hurt the entire industry, but it would hurt the little guys more than the big biopharmas. So the small biotechs, the struggling biotechs, the ones that we're trying to build in Connecticut to get a more robust cluster of startup companies, those companies depend on venture capital financing. And the venture capitalists put their money, the $2.7 billion to $3 billion it takes to develop a new drug. They're putting that money in those companies based on the belief that they're going to be able to recoup their investment. That to be able to do that, they need to know they have the ability to price their products to cover all that $2.7 billion of R&D. If they lose that confidence, which this bill would do, that investment in the biotech sector would dry up.
We've been talking about getting back to business, back to jobs coming out of the pandemic. Seems like we have a real opportunity in Connecticut right now for economic growth, and bioscience is definitely one of those industries that we've focused on. And this seems like it really would take us a step backwards, being the only state to have this type of legislation out there, especially at a time when we have such great potential for growth. We hope that others that are listening to this will oppose House Bill 6447. Please let your legislators know.